to African news. South Sudanese refugees now top 1 million in Uganda. UN's Refugee Agency has appealed to the international community for additional funds. Uganda also hosts the largest refugee settlement anywhere in the world at Bidi Bidi, with over 270,000 people housed there. Close to 2,000 refugees, mainly women and children, are arriving in Uganda every day. The UN has warned that the funding shortfall in the country is significantly impacting on its ability to deliver life-saving aid and resources.
This is Tabu Sunday, and at just 14 years old, she has symbolically been named the 1 millionth South Sudanese refugee in Uganda. She explains in her local Kakwa dialect that her parents told her and her siblings that they didn't have enough money to travel, so they walked on foot through the Democratic Republic of Congo to reach Uganda.
For Uganda, $674 million is needed for South Sudanese refugees this year, but so far only a fifth of this amount has been received. The funding shortfall is now significantly impacting the abilities to deliver life-saving aid and key basic services. In June, the World Food Programme was forced to cut food rations for refugees.
Since December 2013, when the South Sudan crisis erupted in Juba, more than 2 million people have fled their homes, while another 2 million are estimated to be internally displaced. The UN will mark World Humanitarian Day on Saturday.
This World Humanitarian Day, the theme is not a target, and that's to draw attention to the fact that in conflict, civilians, aid workers, warehouses, clinics shouldn't be a target. There are rules of war, and those rules require all parties to the conflict to respect that civilians are not targets, nor are aid workers, and that's what we want to bring extra attention to.
And as South Sudan's conflict continues, the risks to aid workers have become increasingly deadly.
Last year on World Humanitarian Day, the number of aid workers that had died since the conflict began in December 2013 was 59. This year it's 82. So almost 2 aid workers a month have died while fulfilling their duties here in South Sudan. And I should point out that they're predominantly South Sudanese, helping their fellow South Sudanese. So of course what we would appeal for is for those people that are targeting aid workers to stop doing that, let them get on with their work in safety and security, and respect the fact that humanitarian workers are there not as parties of the conflict, but on the contrary, to bring humanitarian assistance to victims of the conflict.
While Uganda hosts the largest number, Sudan, Kenya, Ethiopia, the DRC and the Central African Republic all share the burden of South Sudan's refugees. Sherwin Brycepease, SABC News, New York.